Hey, this is Dale Tinsley. You're listening to the Connect podcast. Our purpose is to guide you to connect with yourself so that you can connect with others and live a life of meaning and value. Continuing the series, Connecting with Ourselves. Peace be with you, and welcome to another episode. Welcome to Connect. Today's episode is titled Perspective and Perception. Now, you may have a different perspective and perception on me. You get to put the face with the voice. Nice to meet you. I'm Dale. Hope you guys are well. The most important relationship you will ever have is the one with yourself. So today's discussion, we're going to get into perspective and throw out a bunch of different layers so that you can see how important it truly is in your foundation, in your external foundation, in your life, the way you view yourself, the way you view others. It's key, very important. So what do you really see when you look at something? What is your perspective? Where does it come from? And how is it tied to your reality? You might think, well, it's the sum of all your experiences. There's a lot of truth to that. Is it limited? So our perspective shapes our perception. And if we have limited perspective, then our perception is going to just be that. So I challenge you to open yourself up to really digging in and giving yourself more perspective. Think about the perspective of someone else, how they view you, how you view them, seeing it from their point of view. Let's talk about going to an event. Okay, so let's say you're going to a NASCAR race or a football game or a concert. Let's stay with concert. Whoever it is, it doesn't matter. But you could only spend $50 on a ticket, and that ticket got you somewhere not on the floor. So your experience, your perspective for that venue, for that concert that you're going to go enjoy with your friends and family is going to be limited to being in that chair that $100 bought you. That's your perspective. Now at the same event, the same concert that you're going to, your friend's on the floor. He's in the second row. And you're at this event and you're like, man, my friend's down there on the floor. Well, he's going to have a different perspective on the show. That perspective, when y'all get together later on after and you're having a drink together, celebrating, being able to go enjoy a moment in life that was meaningful and brought value to both of you, you're going to discuss it. The sound quality, the lighting, the interaction, the smells, maybe not the smells. Depends how detailed you get, right? But your reality and his reality will be totally different because you each had a unique perspective on the event. Just a little food for thought, right? So a football game. The seats that are way up high, that's a whole different experience from being down there right off of the field. You know, where they jump up and you can touch them and stuff and then they jump back down. Totally different experience. And that's a little taste of perspective at an event. What about perspective when it comes to people? Like, how well do you know somebody, right? You have interactions with them or you've heard about them. And your perspective is limited to the information that you have or the time you spent around them. So you have this idea in your head about somebody, and then you spend some time with them, and they open up, you share some information, some moments with each other, you connect with them, and you leave that moment with a new perspective, totally different perspective. It's another example of the power of perspective and how it will shape your perception. Perspective gives you the ability to take in more information and have a more robust life. A more robust life, because you're adding layers and colors and textures and sounds. It's amazing. Anybody who travels pays for the experience and the perspective that they get. You truly think about it. Traveling, even if it's in your own country, you don't have to leave the country. The more you're exposed to, the more perspectives that you can have and not judge and just be present in the moment will help you grow and open your mind and open your heart and shift your awareness. Your awareness will elevate. Perspective is huge, very important, and magical, because it's the lens, you're taking in new things. So to go from people to, let's go to kids. If you have kids or you spend time around kids, why are kids so excitable? Why are they so excited, right? You ever thought about that? Or even reflected back on your own personal journey when you were a child? To a child, things are new. And new things are exciting, even for us as young adults. They see the world, they get different perspectives, right? The children, and they're like, wow, they're seeing it for the first time. So they're taken back, and it's a lot to take in, and they're excited, as they should be. And as you should be as a young adult, or wherever you are in your life. But have you lost that zest? Have you ever wondered why? Well, what perspectives are you getting? Are you getting new perspectives? Or is it the same pattern of perspective, and you're just locked into it, and you just accept it? That's being alive, but is it really living? Are you truly living? And to truly be living, you need to be connected to yourself. Where we are in this journey, we've covered a lot of topics, and we will continue to cover more. Building your foundation, owning your reality, and then all the layers that come together to help you connect with yourself. And then you can connect with others. If you have kids, or you've been around children, have you ever tried to put yourself in their shoes and see you from their perspective? Have you ever thought about what it's like to be your child, or to be that kid that you're talking to, interacting with? I'll challenge you to do that. I think it'll give you some deep insight and some valuable perspective. And maybe some gratitude, some humility. And maybe it'll rekindle that fire that you have within yourself. No matter how dimly lit it is, that fire is within you. It'll help you fuel that fire and get it going for you to get back involved in your own life, digging into yourself and cultivating yourself and your personal growth. Now I want to talk about the past. And perspective that we have from the past. So the past has already happened. It's who we were. Have you sat and thought about that perspective from who you were to who you are today? And those moments and what they can truly bring to you as far as wisdom, humility, gratitude. How about the present, right now, who you are right now? And this is what we do when we take our self-inventory. Living in gratitude, knowing humility, cultivating our foundation, taking advantage of opportunities. Now let's go into the future. The future is you after 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, your vision that you have as you continue to cultivate who you are and who you want to be, the best of you. Letting go of the negative, healing from the past traumas that you have that are weighing you down from being present in the moment. Now I want to talk about perspective when it comes to challenges. Well, I had these challenges. Some people call them problems. Most people do. I don't. I'll call them challenges because they're opportunities disguised. If you have a challenge or a quote-unquote problem, it's really an opportunity for you to showcase or gain some new tools that you can use to turn that challenge into an opportunity. No challenge, no change, right? No new perspective, the same old repetitive pattern that ultimately will stagnate you and keep you unengaged in life and keeping you from truly tapping into your limitless potential. So challenges serving as opportunities and opportunities serving as challenges. You don't get the gold if you don't slay the dragon. And everything that we do in life requires effort, some kind of effort. And here with Connect, we're trying to strategize to get you connected with yourself and get you open, get your mind open, get your heart open, get you connected to yourself so that you can connect with others. The perspective of oppression. You may have that perspective. But let me ask you, is it really you that's being oppressed by other people? Or is it you oppressing yourself? Is it your ego keeping its thumb on you, keeping you in that victim mentality and keeping you oppressed? Are you doing it to yourself? Have you looked in the mirror and truly asked yourself that? That same moment when you look yourself in the mirror and you see that oppressor being your ego, oppressing you, on the flip side of that is you looking in the moment and you claiming your power. You pulling your power from the ego and saying, no more. This ends. I'm tired of being miserable. I'm tired of self-sabotaging myself. Internal perspective, introspective work that we have to do constantly to refine ourselves, to become the best version of ourselves, because you owe it to yourself. You owe it to your family, you owe it to your kids, you owe it to your community. You are a representation of yourself. Have you ever seen that image? It's I guess it's a picture, a painting, and it shows the perspective of up top, a water line, and down below. and it's an iceberg, right? So above the waterline, you see the iceberg. Below the waterline, you see how immense this iceberg really is. The bottom part is the untapped potential that most of us live with. It's there just waiting to be tapped into, but all we see is the top iceberg. All we're using is the iceberg that's visible. I challenge you to dig into perspective, to sit with it in meditation and truly see its power. Your perception will definitely start to grow, evolve, and shift, and your awareness will start to blow up. Perspective is foundational. Now get out there and get some new perspective. I hope, even perspective on me now, right? Sharing with you, doing the work with you. Connect has changed my life. And we're gonna do some more transparency with that in a couple episodes. I'm gonna do a sit down and be interviewed, and you'll get to see behind the scenes and truly start to dig into who I am and how important this work is. I invite you to go to theconnection.studio if you like the shirt, if you want to support us, and that's where you'll find all of the journal episodes. Each episode that you're listening to, or if you're watching, you can go there and tap on the journal link at the top and download the PDF free of charge. I hope today's episode helped open your mind and open your heart. God bless. Thanks for joining us at the Connection Studio. You can support us by sharing with others and posting to social media. Keep doing the internal work, as it will truly make all the difference. God bless.